We do what? We combine to make it one powerful strategy. You may ask why I did this one and price able to follow it, how I made the analysis. Yeah, it's because we read from where? The high time frame. We all know how we go about it. We know support and resistance, and we know that whenever price is what? Um, Whenever price is in the uptrend, the retracement give us what? A channel like this. Then the impulse give us what? Like this. And then we're going to get a retracement in the channel and then the impulse. If price wanted to reverse to the downside, it may give us what? Equal prices around here, right? As soon as we get a breakout, we don't sell right after the breakout. If we're a trade or institute student, or if we're trading using K trade strategy, if price breakouts here, we consider the price is already what? A low price. And we sell at a lower price and we buy at a higher price. So we don't take a trade here. And remember, price is what? In the uptrend, if price break a certain zone, we still consider the price is in the what? Uptrend until price give us a certain like this before we can see that price is now going to what? Downtrend. So the breakout give us what? An evidence. It's just an what? Evidence. The same thing happened to VIN 25. If you look at VIN 25 clearly, from the daily time frame, VIN 25 is what? In the uptrend from the daily time frame. And let me try go there. I may delete all the setup so that we'll do everything. Let me delete it right now. Delete everything. We said if price, whenever price wanted to what? Reverse to a different phase, it's either going to give us a double top. If price in the uptrend, it's either going to give us a double top or it's going to give us what? Like it's going to consolidate for a while before we will get what? The new phase. Like looking at this, we haven't price hit here for 3 times. That's 1, and then we have 2 here, and then 3 here. So even here, we haven't what? A double top here. And recently on the daily time frame, we have price, we have a breakout of what? The neckline. So on the daily time frame, we are expecting price to come back to this key level, then continuation to the downside. So the down move is not going to be small move towards small move on the VIN 25. So recently, if you are looking for opportunity to enter, you need to look for selling opportunities. Price is what? In an uptrend since VIN 25 started. Yeah, it is. It was at first in downtrend from here. Then later we broke the recent and started going to the upside. And recently we now broken the recent swing low here. We having the equal prices and we got a breakout here. So we expecting price to give us what? We expecting price to give us something like this before we consider the price is what? In a downtrend. We all know how we go about this. We know how to do the top-down analysis. So on the 4 hours time frame, I'm there just reading for what? The structure and then the direction, the new directional bias. I said in the area that the directional bias always started developing from where? 4 hours time frame. The directional bias always started developing from where? 4 hours time frame before the daily will start. So if you look at here, though we are in an uptrend from a daily time frame, but since we have equal prices there, meaning we might having some equal price, the new development of what? directional bias. So if you look at here, you can clearly see that it started from here. This it gives us what? A double top here. We have a double top here, and we got what? A breakout here, and price able to test the zone. And now it gives us what? A nice falling. Can we see that? We got a breakout here, then we got a retest here, and now we are drawing the what? Impulse. And we said whenever price is retracing, we expecting price to give us what? A channel. And if you see here, price give us what? A channel. And now the impulse is what? The Gujam. Can we see that? Yeah, that's how the price was move all the time. Yeah. Please try to mute yourself. Try to mute yourself when you join to avoid back noise. Please, sorry for the noise. Sorry for the noise. So if you can see here, it's happening everywhere. Look at here, price is what? In the uptrend here, it gives us a breakout, the retracement, and then go to the upside, but we got a breakout here, so that it just gives us a test here, and you can see this was the impulse move. So the retracement gives us only this, the impulse, the retracement. So all these are just the retracement, and then the impulse. Now we now getting the rejection to the upside. So all this channel, we are not interested to trade with a channel. So the only place that can allow us to take a trade is this area. If we're using KA trade strategy, because you can see that we having what? Inverse head and shoulder here. We having inverse head and shoulder here. This is the inverse head and shoulder, and we got a breakout from the next year. So we were expecting price to come back to this key level before we start buying to the upside. But unfortunately, we can clearly see that price failed to came back to what? Our interest zone. So if make analysis on this, you won't get an entry. Why? Because price failed to come back to your interest zone, so you are not going to make an entry. Since price did not come to your interest zone, you are not going to place any entry, meaning that you are still going to exercise patience to see how price will behave to get a different opportunity, right? So you are not going to get an entry. And all of a sudden, we found out that price is what just giving us what? A channel. And if you are KA trades, you are not interested to trade with what? A channel. So later on, you find out that price is giving us some equal prices here, meaning that it's about to what? Go to the downside, because we're having a channel within. And on the channel, we're having some exact points within, meaning this is the zone that price is always coming back and rejecting. But all of a sudden, we're having some liquidity here. Then we're expecting price to break this liquidity, give us a test around the zone before we continue to the downside. And we're able to get a retest the zone, then now price is going to the downside. So if, let's say, if you are confused on this area, you can see that there's head and shoulder here. If you go to one hour time frame, you will see it clearly. There's head and shoulder here, so you are expecting price to break out, give us the test, then continuation to the downside. Let me go to 1 hour time frame so that we can identify that head and shoulder. So I'm just trying to explain all what we have already done, so that if you are starting a KA trade, you are not going to get confused. I think it's not showing it clearly, but we're still having somewhat a trend here, because price consolidated around here. It's having the import back moving in some way. So meaning we are not going to get an entry here. Later on, get a breakout. We are expecting price to come back to this key level, and it came. We entered, but it failed. Meaning If price move from our entry, we are going to adjust our stop loss here. Meaning price will retrace to hit our stop loss at break even. So we now having a strong move here. Then we gotten some a certain structure here. Looking at here, we can see that, meaning this one can show clearly on 30 minutes time frame. We can see that we having an equal prices here. That means we having a strong zone here. You can see that this zone is respecting here. Can you see that? It was serving as what? A support. Later on, it break out serving as what? Resistance. Serving as a support, breakout, now serving as what? A resistance. So this area can be our interest zone for selling opportunity. Then we sell. Now you see how the price coming to the downside. Can you see? Yeah, that's how we go about what making the analysis. We don't base on only the only one time frame. We consider all the time frames. We do the analysis from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Because the reason why we do the analysis from the higher time frame to the lower time frame is that we are trying to what? Know where the recent price has reached. Do you get it? Because on the, let's say, let me go to the 75 so that you get what I'm saying. On the VIX75, you can clearly see that from daily time frame and then the weekly time frame, or guys, sorry for the noise. Please, when you join, try to mute yourself. Don't just just mute yourself to avoid back noise. If you see that, let's go to daily time frame. Because if you're able to exercise patience on VIX75, I bet you'll make a lot of, or you'll make money. But if you try to change, it will collect all your money, even your capital, your equity, and you later on, before the price will start moving, then you may having no fun. So looking at here, we can see that price is what? In the uptrend, we have what? Impulse, and then a correction, impulse, and then what? A correction. So recently, we can see that price is what? In a very strong support zone, and we are expecting price to move to the upside for the impulse. So, and we said what? Price always started developing the trend from where? The 4 hours time frame. The directional bias always started developing from a 4 hours time frame. So before from the daily time frame, before we can say price is in a downtrend, we are expecting price to break the recent swing swing low here. So we are expecting price to come back and break this zone, give us a test going to the downside before we can say price is now in the downtrend. Do you get it? Recently, we can see that price give us what? Equal price here. This, you may get confused here. It gives us what? Equal prices here. Can you see? And now we able to get what? A retest and price move to the downside, right? Good. But looking at here, we can see that price after the breakout, the thing is we need to see what? A strong momentum to the downside. Like without having what? Without having a channel. But looking at here, we can clearly see that price is just what? Moving a channel, meaning the down movement is what? It's not all that strong. Do you get it? It's not all that strong. So if you're looking for selling opportunity, meaning you are expecting price to come back to this key level and you start taking your profit. Do you get it? So if price is around this zone, you are no more going to looking for selling opportunity again. Do you get it? If price is here, if you open the daily chart and you find out that price is what? In this zone, you are not going to looking for selling opportunity until we break this zone. Until price will break this zone before you start looking for selling opportunity. Because if you look for selling opportunity here, price can just starting to push into the upside here. And if price is from here, if price is coming here, even one candle of the daily time frame can give us a trend on the lower time frame. It can give you what? A lower lows and lower highs on the daily time frame. So as soon as you having something there, you may looking for selling opportunity, meaning you are going to expecting price to push to the upside here, then you start placing trade here. So meaning you are going to take a loss. Why? Because recently we found out the price is what? In a very strong support zone. So definitely it's going to break out here. And then it's going to break out, give us a test, then continuation to the upside, because the overall trend is what? It's uptrend. And recently price has what? Now in the interest zone to push to the upside. Do you get it? So if you see here, if you see something here, something like this, you are no more looking for selling opportunity. But if you find something here on the top side, on the daily time frame, if you find something like this, you are looking for what? Selling opportunity. If price able to break the zone, you're expecting price to come back here too, then you look for selling opportunity, meaning that you were expecting price to come back to this zone, then you start taking your profit. So meaning if you take a sell here, you are only going to taking your profit on the next phase. Like since price is moving what? A low and then a high, a low. So meaning if price come back to this key level and you take a sell trade here, let's say if the price is here and you take a sell trade here, you are expecting to take your profit on the next high, on the next low, sorry. You are expecting to take your profit around here. Do not expecting price to come back to this key level. Then you are still holding your positions and expecting price to come back to this key level before, like meaning that you are going to hold till price or come back to this key level before you start taking your profit. No, if you are taking against the trend, or if you are trading with the retracement, you only interested to trade only the next low or the next high. So as soon as price creates a high here, a low here, and started getting rejection, you need to take your profit. Or you can even what? Put your stop, your TP here. Let's say we having this high, a low, a high, then you are expecting price to come back to this key level. You can just what? Put your TP here, because you don't know either price will come to give you equal price, then continuation to the upside. Do you get it? So you can take your profit, you can put your TP here. As soon as price hit there, then you take your profit, you leave the market. If price gives you another opportunity, then you enter it from there. Because price can come back and give equal price, then it started reversing to the upside. Do you get it? So here, if you find out prices this area, you are not going to looking for selling opportunity anymore, but you are interested in what? Buying opportunities. So I just want to explain why price is what? Moving in sideways for a very long time. I think this one, I said it earlier that where the VIN75 has reached, it's going to move into the sideways about some weeks before we will get what? A breakout. The thing is, we said what? The directional bias always started from where? It started from where? 4 hours time frame. And this is the recent shrink low on the 4 hours time frame. And we said if price break out the shrink low, we are expecting price to come back to the key level, then continuation to the downside. And we see that price able to come back to the key level and it moved to the downside. Why? Now we having an equal price here. Since we have an equal price here, first thing to come to your mind that we having some equal price, a mini price wanted to take the different phase, or it wanted to consolidate. So what do? You need to wait for price to give you different phase before you get involved. So price is rotating here because it is what? In between of this zone, the 4 hour zone, and then the daily time frame zone. Do you get it? Daily, we want what? Price wanted to push to the upside. But the 4 hours time frame, price need to continue to the downside. So it is in between. So here, it is in between the 4 hours time frame and the daily time frame. Because the directional bias started from where? The 4 hours time frame. It started from where? The 4 hours time frame. This directional bias is only, like I'm saying, it's started from 4 hours time frame because the synthetic indices always like it is not old enough. Like it started, I think they started in the year 2018. Yeah. So we don't have plenty charts on it. We don't have a lot of information previously. It started in the year 2018. So if you're going to make it analyze from monthly or you are not going to get clear picture. But if you started from 4 hours daily and then 4 hours, you get much information so that you know how to read the chart and see how you can how you can capitalize and make an entry. Yeah, so looking at here, you can see that 4 hours wanted to going to downside. We expect the price to come here then to continue to the downside. And now price failed to go to the downside because the daily time frame we having a strong support zone which price supposed to push to the upside. So what do? You need to mark these zones out. Like you need to mark this area, then you mark this one too out. Meaning you were expecting either price to break out this key level, then give us a test here, because if price break this key level, we said price is already in a higher price, and we are not interested to buy at a higher price. Do you get it? We are not interested to buy at a higher price, but we are interested to buy at a lower price. So we expected price to, because if price breakouts, we said it's just an evidence. If price breakouts, it's just an evidence that price might, underline where there's might, price might go to the upside. Doesn't mean price is going to the up, so let me buy. No. If you place a buy here, you are just risking your capital. Can we see price is now reversing? So let's say you place a buy entry right after the breakout here. You see the kind of rejection that price has taken now. So these are some of ways we use to detect fake breakout. These are some of the ways we use to detect fake breakout. So if price breakout, we consider it an evidence, and we are not interested to trade with the evidence, but we are interested to trade with a confirmation. So what the confirmation? Confirmation is price will come back to the liquidity side, then it started pushing to the upside before you start buying from here. Then if you buy here, know that we're having some equal prices here. So do not be greedy enough that you are going to target the daily, or you can take in some partial profits and breaking even, then you use to target the area. You use to target the area. Yeah. So when we see something like this, so on the VN75, before you can place a trade there, we are expecting price to come back to this key level, break out here, then give us a test here before we continue to the outside. Or if you are going to sell, we are expecting price to break out this key level, break test, then continuation to the downside before we take a sell trade. Good. But we can decide take since price is rotating at a higher time frame, that's a 4 hours time frame like here, meaning between these zones, price are trading between this area. We have already learned something about this. Meaning price is trading between this area. I told you I want to advise you to trade something like this. It's very risky. But if you can calculate it well, you can trade. So if price trading in between here, that's how we go about it. What you do is that on the lower time frame, meaning that on the lower time frame, we are going to have a high. If price is pushing from here to here, meaning we are going to have a high and then a low, a high, a low, a high, a low on the 15 minutes time frame and 5 minutes time frame. Do you get it? So recently, let's go to 15 minutes time frame. Let me show you something. I'm trying to combine everything together so that when you get to we will settle another one if the time. We will settle another one for the K trade, so that I just want you to understand how the price move. So if you are trading and you see you just mark that zone out, just mark it down so that if price hit the area, because recently you can see that price is at the key level. It's at the key level now. So we are not interested to looking for buying opportunity again, but we are interested to looking for sell opportunity. And by overall trend is uptrend. So you are not going to sell here. What you do is that we are expecting to see a trend development. So let's say recently you open your chart and you find out the price is here. You see that we having what, a double bottom here. So we expecting price to break out here, give us a test before we enter. So look at here. Can you see price? Let me set this chart. I think I have that set up. I have that set up there. Yeah. Yeah, look at here. Can you see that? You see that we have a breakout here at the neck here, then price give us what, a retracement to the key level. Can you see that? Then it started pushing to the upside, and now it came back to what, the key level again, and now it started pushing to the upside. So recently we are expecting price what to come back to this key level, then started to go into what, the upside. But remember, price is what, recently price has reached what, a very strong resistance zone. Do you get it? And give us what? If you go to 5 minutes time frame, you can see that this phase give us a certain pattern on the 5 minutes time frame. And this movement, it can be just a retest, then continuation to the downside. So what you do is that before you can sell or you can buy, you expect the price to break this key level. Like if price break this key level and give you a test here, now we having a breakout from 4 hours time frame. If price able to break out this key level, now we are going to have a breakout from what, 4 hours time frame. Then we started buying here. So if you buy here, now you are buying from 4 hours the directional buyers. But if you buy here, you are just risking your capital. Do you get it? And also, if price come back to this key level, you can take a buy entry with what, a small roll size. If price shifts from your key level, your entry zone, then we just adjust your stop loss to break even some cents that, so that to secure some profits, to avoid that if price continue to the downside, because price can just continue break out this key level and a continuation to the downside again, because it's just what, rotating. So what you do is that if you want to sell, if only you are interested to sell right now, then wait for price to break what, our recent swing low. Or price can just break out here, like it can just break out and use this key level to continue to the downside. And if we saw here, it's risky. Why? Because if price come back to this key level, we don't call it downtrend. Or you can just go to the 5 minutes time frame and read from there. Let's go there. Whether we can get an entry from there. You can read from 5 minutes time frame. Then you can what? The thing is, it's all depend on how you position yourself in the market, how you need to position yourself. Because since you having all the keys level, doesn't mean you are done. But how are you going to position yourself? Do you get it? How are you going to position yourself in the market? How are you going to position yourself? So if you look at here, you see that we having what, a triple top here. So we expecting price to break this key level, and we're now having a breakout here. So since we're having a breakout here, please let us join with the same link. Join with the same. I think the time is up. So I'm ending this one, then you join with the same link. Join with the same link again. Okay, thank you.